All right, babes, we are back. We are horned up, and we are going deep. Deep! That was a long one. Into episode 4 of Heated Rivalry. I will say right off the bat, a lot of you beauties in the comments, all of the followers and listeners were telling us if our hearts were broken after episode 3, just wait until episode 4. And I got to say, not as heartbreaking for me, but the drama was through the roof, to the stratosphere. The setup and the intensity of what's to come has me bricked to high heaven, folks. You're going to see the table popping up.
Yeah, the computer's going to be bouncing. But, Dan, I got to take it a step farther further. And I'm sorry because, Sean, we haven't chatted yet. I don't know if you agree. But every Heated Rivalry fan out there, are you outside of your minds that you said I was going to be more heartbroken after Ep 4 than Ep 2? Did we even kiss into the two dudes just like banging whoever they want and like lashing out a little bit? Amazing episode. I have so much to say, but are you outside of your minds that you thought that was more sad than the episode 2 ending?
But I will, again, we're going to get into it. We're going to go through the whole episode like we do. I think they mean Sean and I were talking a moment ago, we are on a crash course here.
Oh, yeah.
The fan base knows, like, there is heartbreak in this episode, and we will get into it. So, without further ado, boys, let's jump right in. We are back on the Shane and Ilya storyline train, and we start off with Boston beating down Montreal. Just an absolute beatdown. We're seeing these boys in their careers going head-to-head again, and then we jump to the summer. And in the summer, we get flashes of both of their lives. We've got Ilya running and training in the summer, Shane running and training in the summer as well, but Ilya partying in Russia, doing his thing, being promiscuous, not caring, drinking, or not caring, but just being himself, drinking, hanging out. Then we get Shane just knocking out endorsement deals, doing shoots, being a pro. The contrast of these two.
Sean, I know you're going to be on my side on this, and please, we need someone to do the timeline because I was pretty confused. But dude, we left them at awards, right? Like they meet at awards, and he's like, "Gonna bang in the bathroom." Just kidding. Let's bang at the hotel. Into elevator. Into we didn't even kiss. Did he send that text, Sean, or did he just type it and not send it?
He typed out "we didn't even kiss" and he backspaced really, really slowly for dramatic
Okay, so
effect.
he didn't send that.
He didn't send it.
Okay, because we jump right into this, which became a funny recurring, like, have a good summer, or, like, don't work too hard, or whatever. Like, that became a funny bit in this episode.
Yeah.
But I thought the didn't even kiss text was sent and left on read. And the first response was like, have a good summer. And I was like, bro, you need to fucking answer that. Jesus Christ.
He hits him with a hags. Hits him with a hags after.
Dude, WDEK, and he goes, hags, dude. We didn't even kiss. How about a hags on your head? Fuck you. All right, that makes me feel better because I was shook about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Dan.
The friendliness of the text going back and forth, we do need to make a timeline because I'm trying to figure out on where they did leave off before this in what is chronologically the most recent update. And the montage is...
because that would imply, because we left them at awards season over. The game implied like that was the new season, and then we got immediately summer, and I was like, was that one game the whole year?
I think it was I think it was maybe just a flash of like the last time they played each other before.
Remember these guys? Yeah.
Just getting us back, dude. Yep. This is what we've learned, right? There needs to be a little prep before we start getting into it. They were warming us up, getting the engines going, getting us ready.
These montages are great for the prep. I mean, first of all, the music in the series so far just keeps getting better and better.
Yes, it does.
This episode alone has a fantastic soundtrack. But the montage, the editing on the montage, I loved when they're getting slammed into the boards and it's cutting to them just railing.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Sean. So right about to say, so we see them training, and right off the bat in this episode, what brilliant contrast of the way that these two are different, both in the way they spend their free time in the summer while they're training, the way they kind of hang out, and then, what their priorities are. That's fantastic. And then, we flash to the new season. Sean, perfect. Just like smash it into the boards into hard fucking, guys. This might have been that first cut to them hooking up. That might have been the most intense, or maybe not most intense, but like hottest sex of the series so far.
Yep.
Like that, we got shower blowies. We've got like, hard domination going on from behind. This was hot stuff.
Getting more comfortable with each other for sure. And
Yeah.
I did want to say too, Dan, I'm still going to call him Rosie.
You
by the
sounded
way.
like such an analyst. Right
Yeah, they're more comfortable. You can see the chemistry. The chemistry's building between
the
these
chemie. The chemie is
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yep. The Rosie, I'm still going to call him Rosie, even though we now have a Rose. But his summers look gas. Dude, I look at Shane Summers and I'm like, boo. Dude. Just like endorsement shoots, training. Dude, Ilya's in his bag having the all-time summer.
Rosie is the definition of work hard, play hard. And I really, really like it. I really, really like it.
He's my kinda
But guys, we flash forward and Halsey's winning the cup. We get a
Yeah, that was
Montreal Cup. Unbelievable. And right then and there, I was like, because people told us to get ready for the whiplash of how hard they rip through this series. I was not ready. Because we're just getting seasons here. But I love it because it's like we're getting fucking credit to Rachel Reed. We're getting their careers. You know what I mean? Like not just a flash of a season. So we get Shane winning the cup, Montreal lifting the cup. Unbelievable. Then bang, summer 2015 training. Now,
Did you have anything there, Dan, though? I thought you might flag this. Because I did, and I thought it was a cool character study. I thought it was great acting and cool character study. When the first time they show Shane win that cup, it cuts to Rosie on his couch, and he like
alone.
Yes, but like the cheekiest little
smirk.
grin appears.
Big
Dude, and
time
I was
smirk.
like, God, that's awesome. He's genuinely pumped for his dog.
Yes.
And I love that from a story standpoint and an acting standpoint. But it was cool that Shane was like upset. You're not upset, but just like Shane, all the emotions when. Rosie had won it,
I disagree. I talked about like that was my biggest thing of like the masterclass of acting of Shane. I don't think he was upset at all. I think there was an element of competitive jealousy.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was upset. And in fact, like he lets out an emotional smirk when he's watching Rosie lift the cup. This one
And
was
Rosie
just
already
like,
had one, so it's easy to be just happy because you already won.
well, no.
You won the year before,
I'm
so you're
I'm
like-
talking about Shane's reaction from episode whatever. Like he
Yeah,
was
and
like,
I was saying you're right because Rosie
Yeah.
got the free pass to be like I can just smile because I had already won.
I've already won.
But we have in that
Exactly.
same montage, we have Rosie alone smiling watching the TV. He's clearly supporting his boy. And then in the same montage later, we have him with the group of people watching the TV, and Svetlana's there, and he's like, "That should have been me," He's like faking being upset about it, but we know from his interaction when he was alone that he's like pretty
That was sick,
thrilled for his
dude.
boy.
Great call.
Yeah,
Great call.
100%. So yeah, in 2015, we're now training again. Ilya hooking up with a new Russian girl here. He's hanging out with Svetlana as always, the number one, our ride or die homie, but we're now like getting into big time promiscuous Rosie here. I feel like he's kind of all over the place. Shane, locked in, as always, doing more and more deals. Then we get a new season. They're hooking up again. And we're now in this pattern here. It's like these guys go back home, or, I imagine Shane is maybe in Ottawa in those training scenes, but we get summer, they're training, they're getting ready. Season, when they play, they meet up. The romance is back. They're hooking up. We've got a pattern. And then that leads to back-to-back, baby. Shane wins the cup again.
Did it bother you? I have a question for the group about that montage. Did it bother you guys that their relationship presumably isn't progressing at all out of that pattern, which it was pre-awards, the we didn't even kiss text? Like, I just kind of thought where we left them, there might be like a conversation somewhere over the next 2 years. But it seems like, no, we just fuck when we're in each other's cities. That's it.
Well, they're definitely in a holding pattern, but I think it did progress in that they're now like more supportive and more kind of friendly with each other. They're less kind of standoffish with each other about their sexuality. But there's a point in it when you see after Halls wins the cup, everyone's in the locker room spraying champagne everywhere, and he's just on his phone. So now it's like it feels like Shane now cares more about the relationship with Rosie than he does about his career at this point. So it's kind of like I think it has progressed in a way. Just it can't progress in the way you'd want a relationship to because the fact that they're both closeted.
Fucking sharp yet again, Sean.
Yep.
So Chris, didn't bother me at all. I completely agree with Sean. To me, the turning point was, I think there's both progression and both understanding in their relationship.
Yes.
I think when Rosie won the cup, and then they're at awards, they hook up, and then he doesn't send the "we didn't even kiss." The deleting of the "we didn't even kiss" for me was metaphorically Shane going, "This is what this is. We'll hook. We have an appreciation for each other. We have a connection to each other. We'll hook up when we can, but we're professionals. He just won a fucking a cup. I got to win a cup. We're gonna do this when we do this, but I can't get too invested." I think that was truly a moment of Shane going, "I cannot get too invested." And every time they're together, as we see, he does get a little connected. But this is almost like a business deal at this point, which is why this episode's so intense and so emotional. So we get the back-to-back cups. Now we're summer 2016. More training, more flirty texts. There were some haymaker texts in there. I don't know if you wrote any of those down, but there were a couple good ones.
Dude, I think this was that scene. And Dan, you flagged this. There's another funny one later, which I'll let you get to. But there's a few moments where I'm surprised what they do make real from the hockey world and what they don't. So, for example, they do make Sochi real, but then it's the is it MLH, Major League Hockey? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, MLH, I believe.
Major League Hockey.
So then in this, they're like, Halsey wins back-to-back, and they go, first time someone's won back-to-back since Chicago in the 90s. And Sean Pitt won back-to-back in the 90s in the NHL. And I was like, why didn't they just say Pitt? This funny, what's real and what isn't in history.
Yeah.
It's interesting you bring that up because someone in the comments asked, do we think that Rosie was doping in 2014?
Yes,
that is an awesome comment.
But by accident, he didn't know. He didn't know what was going on. Like somebody go do this shit. And he's
on
he
the
snorts
gas.
anything you give him.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
true.
But
So
Dan,
true.
this was the text. She goes I'm going to win the cup again. Halsey says that, I think. And Rosie goes, the only cup is the one I'll take off you with my mouth.
Yep. That one was so good because I was like, what cup are we talking? Is he literally talking about his hockey
don't even wear
jock?
cups like that. I think so. I think he's literally going to peel it out of his jock strap.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Daddy's God, that's fucking hot as shit.
Can you believe that, dude?
I
That
need,
text,
I,
that had me
I
going.
need. All right, so some of the listeners who are, maybe don't play hockey, have never played hockey, your cup is inside like a spandex jock more often than not. There are some guys who still wear the old short jock or even just the straight up cup. But either way, to take a cup off with your mouth, that's hard work.
Also, probably smells pretty bad.
Oh
at that
yeah,
point.
but Sean, in that setting, probably smells kind of good. Like you want that funk. Like if you guys are horned up, that's a funk that you want. That's intense.
He's like play first, then I'll take it off. I don't
Oh
want it clean.
yeah. That's good shit. So we got the training, the flirty text, the haymakers like that, but we also get a little nudge here. It looks like Ilya's dad is sick. Ilya's helping, getting some pills set up for him. He's trying to take care of him, and this is where we see those fractures in the sort of tough guy exterior of Ilya. There's a heart back there, dude. He wants the love of his dad. He wants the lack of pressure. He wants his family to be a unit. He wants the love of Shane, but clearly there's things going on that make him kind of have to put up this exterior. So he's trying to help. He's doing the best he can. Meanwhile, what's Shane doing, guys? Locking down more deals.
And this got some Shane dad screen time. I really like Shane dad screen time.
Yep. But this guy is a pro. He's just he's constantly doing it. But we kind of get an end to the montage here, and now we get a cool moment with Hayden, Shane's best bud on the team. I believe he's the goalie. So we're talking with. I think so. From what I remember, I think this. And guys, help us in the comments. I'm pretty sure this is in the locker room. He's the guy who invites him over for dinner. I'm pretty certain
his
the
wife
goalie
wanted
of the
to
team.
feed him. Yeah.
So this is his boy Hayden on the team. They're talking. He's got his fourth kid on the way, and now he's kind of asking. He's like, "What are you up to, fucking star? What's going on?" They talk about a Jessica, Shane's ex, and then Hayden tries to set him up with a new girl. These little girls run up to him, ask for a picture. They don't even recognize Hayden. Fucking brutal stuff. But we get these moments here of Shane is still, he's doing the act. He's playing the part that he needs to play to protect himself, what he thinks he needs to do. And we also get to see this great relationship with him and a teammate. And, it's just another one of these moments where we're like, fuck, man. This kid is just he's constantly on guard, on edge, even with his best friend on the team.
Dude, what I liked here is I have one thing I loved here, and then one thing I cannot wait to bring up to you guys. The thing I loved is this is exactly, maybe not as much the setup, like, oh, you should meet my friend, you know, like, doesn't he say, like, my wife has a friend or something that you got to meet?
Yes.
I think there's less of that in hockey culture, like, oh, you should meet my wife's friend, but there is a ton of, like, who are you banging? You know, like, the boys are always swapping stories like that in the locker room. So I was actually really excited to see that dynamic appear in this way in this episode, because I was like, that would happen, by the way. You can't be Shane Hollander and just be like never seen with a girl and be single, and none of the boys would say anything. They would be like, dude, who are you hooking up with? That would be a common thing. So I was very into this story beat here.
Dude, like, you were a back-to-back cup-winning captain, star, Montreal, you know, just buzzing. You would be a hot commodity in Montreal. So yeah, absolutely. I thought that was great stuff of, like, we're finally getting a teammate being like, brother, are you dipping your wick, and who are you dipping it in?
Yeah, and how hot is it, dude?
Yeah.
So, dude, here's the first instance of something that I cannot believe what was happening. Hayden says, like, they're talking about happy wife, happy life type combo. You know, like, they're out, and he does the baby hold thing, and then they're, like, walking back, and he makes some comment like, I just got to keep my wife happy. And do either of you remember what he says, like how he ends that conversation?
I'm not sure.
It's a nothing throwaway line, so I wouldn't be surprised, or I'm not surprised at all. He says something like, as long as I keep, and he goes, all she has to do to keep me happy is cook dinners and keep the house well stocked with ginger ale. And I was like, that was crazy, dude. Like, I can't believe that he said that. So
that was a line for Shane, because, like, we've established Shane loves ginger ale.
Yep.
Yeah, because he doesn't drink alcohol.
Okay.
Not during the season.
I'll leave it.
Correct.
I'll leave
Not
it
during
there.
the season.
I'll leave it there. Okay, so that just, we're going to flag that house stocked with ginger ale because Shane doesn't drink during the season. Okay, continue.
Yeah. By the way, just love that he loves ginger ale. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it's
ginger
insane.
ale's an elite drink. But so in contrast with that, we see Ilya in Russia, and he's kind of watching a doc on his couch, like some like highlight player preview on Shane, and he's talking about his lake house home. I think is it in Ottawa? I think that one, maybe. I'm not sure. But we're seeing real estate mogul Shane, and we've been told by the book readers that, like, Shane's real estate stuff is big, which is cool. It was cool to see a little snippet of that. And he and Svetlana are about to head out to the clubs, and then she starts asking about his dating life. And, you know, he's very open with her, but kind of brushes it off. But again, now we're just seeing the contrast again of the both of them and, like, how they're responding to those types of questions, what they're up to, and what they're doing. So then I have
a deeply growing obsession with Svetlana.
She's
it is becoming
unbelievable.
It is becoming a real problem for me moving forward. I'm not even like we're in deep seated celebrity crush situation, hall pass situation. It's I don't know what to do about it.
The character
she shows
is just
up in that cocktail dress or whatever
Yeah.
she's wearing.
That's what I'm saying,
Before she
dude.
goes out, and
It's like, the fuck is going on
throughout
right
this
now?
episode, there's a lot of good Svetlana.
yes.
Yes,
A lot of
Dude,
great
she's
Svetlana
actually-
fits, but also on top of that, man, just like she is so ride or die. Like it's
Yes.
you know,
and
it's
knows
unbelievable.
puck, dude, knows
Yeah.
ball.
She's
God
unbelievable.
damn it.
She's unbelievable. So then we've got Montreal on the road, and they're in Boston, and Shane and Hayden are in a hotel room together. Which,
Continue.
first of all, Montreal Metros, we can't get a single hotel room for your back-to-back
two-time Stanley
captain.
Cup champ, multiple MVPs, dude. He's got a roommate.
Like, it looked like there might have been a conjoining situation there, but either way, like, I need this guy in his own room.
That was
And
so good.
they're also worried about getting outed and that being a scandal, yet they're sharing hotel rooms
So
like
true,
8
dude.
years into their career.
I'd be like, I need my own room. Trust me. Anything could happen tonight.
So we also get Hayden there. He's been like, "You're gonna go meet Lily." So like he's like, "I've seen your text, dude." You know, and like we get that same contrast with Ilya as well. So Shane, you know, gets like a little defensive here, and he's like, "Dude, it's fine, man. Like, go fucking have sex or don't. I don't care." Also, goat Hayden, like just a good fucking friend.
goat.
You love that, but just another
Hotel
moment
room
here.
jerk. Hotel room jerk, so authentic, by the way.
Yep, great joke.
For the non-hockey fans in the chat. the hotel room jerk on the road for the boys is.
Yeah.
I
Shane
was like,
goes,
oh yeah, that's correct.
Shane's like, go fuck yourself. And he's like, I probably will, dude. I'm going to do it
I
all
sure
over this
will.
hotel room. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, go fuck yourself is Shane's Expelliarmus. Like, that is his go-to. Whenever he's flustered and insulted, he just goes, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, Rosanov. Fuck yourself, Hayden. It's great. I love it. It's like, it's
That's
just
awesome.
building his personality. It's so good. So he bounces and, of course, goes to Elia's place. We got to get this out of the way. I need to know where this fucking house is. Because I assure you it's not in Boston. But that's fine. A lot of the boys in Boston live outside in the suburbs. But this is the most beautiful house and beautiful, like, tucked away in the woods suburb I've ever seen.
The forest.
I need to know where it is because I need to tell everyone who lives in and around Boston that this is the place to be because that house was gas.
And it has to be really secluded because Shane doesn't make any qualms about it being made out of glass.
Completely
so
glass
it's
house.
like,
Completely glass
whereas
house.
he's like, oh, not here on the rooftop of this metropolis city. But he's like, yeah, sure. So I'm guessing you're like a good 20-minute drive from your neighbor.
Dude,
yeah, there better have been a
minimum.
big gate outside, Sean.
Dude, Sean, we're not always watching together, and Dan and I were watching this ep together, and I wrote down, where the fuck is Rosie's house? And then after like 2 minutes, Dan looks up at me and he goes, where is this house supposed to be? And I was like, dude, I said the same thing.
I need a pin drop because that place is unbelievable. But yeah, at this point, Sean, I feel like Jacob Tierney is fucking with us with the amount of windows in all of these amazing places after it was brought up as an issue. It's like, it's constant. It's constant. But so he gets to Ilya's house, and we get some tight sex here. Like that was to me, Shane on top of Ilya, riding him, but presumably being the bottom in that situation.
Dude, yes.
Which
Power
was some
the
power
same
bottom
question.
stuff.
Dude, so I had asked about missionary to the chat, and then they were like, yeah, of course you can do missionary. So when this cut to it, initially I saw Shane on top, and I was like, oh, hell yes, dude, Shane doing missionary. And then closer examination, I was like, I think he actually is. I think that's cowgirl or cowboy. I think that's cowboy. I think he's
that was cowboy.
It was
Frontal cowboy.
Frontal cowboy into missionary. The role was executed so nicely
That was
I was
so
like, dude,
fucking
I need
hot.
I've made that transition, but never that smoothly. Like the cowboy into missionary, boom, like 180. That was expert level, dude. I gotta do some reps at that.
Boys, there are a couple of professional athletes. Like,
Correct.
do we expect anything else? Give me a break.
So true.
Their
core strength,
their hip
coming out,
flexibility,
their abs.
and their core strength out of control. But yeah, really, really hot, tight sex. Little afternoon delight for the fellas.
Yep.
You love to see it.
Yeah, it's like the first time I think we've seen it in daylight, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was a first
so,
time daytime sex, which was pretty awesome. But then, and shout out to our gay community in the comments, after the Skip episode, when we talked about Scott asking Kip to stay over, and we were like, hell yeah. Chris, you were like, I'd have my mail forwarded there.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Apparently, this is a big deal in the gay community.
Yeah.
After a hookup, it's usually like, all right, peace, I'll see you
bounce.
later. Ilya asks him to stay over.
Beautiful.
That was incredible. That was just like
Dude.
a cool fucking big deal moment, and I fucking liked that a lot.
You know what made me laugh? I never thought about this, and maybe this is something else I'll learn. But the the cliche narrative of like a dude has sex, like a dude comes and then immediately falls asleep because it's like, oh, I had sex and bye. And in gay relationships, like just the idea of both of them passing out, like they both have sex and then it's just like
couple of the fellas just knocking out.
yeah, it's like God, like those two just like snuggled in bed together. I was like, oh yeah, I guess both dudes would pass out. That's really funny.
There were a couple of really awesome cuddling moments in this episode that I was like,
dude.
We talked about, we're so worried about Shane's heart. I'm like worried about my own here, watching them like when I will get to it. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. So now we get to a scene, boys, where I am personally in trouble here because I have realized that Dan Powers, am in love with Ilya Rosanov. These two wake up.
Because he is the man.
He is the man, and he's going to break my heart. These two wake up. Elia goes, I'm hungry. I believe Shane says, for what? Which was like, that's fucking
Okay,
cheeky,
Shane.
cheeky
Okay, Shane.
stuff.
Yep.
Elia goes, for food first. And he goes, I'm going to go make a fucking tuna melt. Do you want one?
Could you believe that, dude?
Dude, for
Bro,
those
he had
who don't
Grillo
know,
pickles out, Dan.
Will you stop jumping the gun and let me express my love here, you overeager son of a bitch? I'm trying to open up here. I'm not even giving tuna melt enough love yet, and you already got to the pickles? Fuck you. God. Premature ejaculator over here. Jesus. He goes, I'm making a tuna melt, which, like, the way to my heart, a fucking tuna melt? Are you kidding me? So he's making a tuna melt, and then they bring out the Grillo's pickles on top of it. Like, first of all, product placement, ding, Grillo's, well done. But also the best pickle in the game with a tuna melt. I was like, if this is what this fucking guy is doing in the summer while he's training and having sex with the love of his life, he's making a tuna melt with Grillo's pickles. Sign me up, pal.
Marry me, dude. Holy shit.
This might also be the first depiction of a tuna melt as a romantic meal, because I think typically it's a pretty stinky dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
But Sean, it's like the plane conversation we had. At that point, you're having that hot, steamy sex. There's a lot of smells going on. They're acclimated. Yeah. Tuna melt's probably going to freshen the place up a little bit, if we're being honest.
Nice change.
You're right.
Yeah.
Also,
like that.
Shane has his ginger ale again.
Thank
so
you.
It's nice that Rosie has that in stock for him. Yeah,
Dude,
it's cold enough.
Yep, that was going to flag my second instance of ginger ale. Very good. And Dan, to your point, like you said earlier, very touching. Like the comfortable, the chemie is there now. Like even that comment, dude, with for Hungry for What? Rookie or Shane doesn't say that.
Agree.
Totally
agree.
Year 5 Shane says that.
Yeah.
Chemie is there now.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Then on to something not so nice. Just in the way the boys are chatting, probably the most unnecessary and unprompted and disrespectful ricochet shot at Buffalo I have ever heard in my entire life, dude.
I couldn't believe that.
Like, they just talk about how shitty Buffalo is, and then Shane goes, it's not just the team, dude. The city sucks, too. Like, I was like, did we need to bring the city into this? Like, you're already sewering a kind of fictional Buffalo team, but we're clearly talking about the Sabres, but then he has to go double down and say the city sucks. Brutal.
Dude, this is another example, because, Sean, this is when they're seeing Rosie's buddy on TV. You know, like, he's like, oh, like, do you know this guy? And Shane's like, yeah, I played him once or whatever. And, dude, like, what they choose to make real is hilarious. Buffalo sucks in real life, but they could have easily picked a different city or been like, Buffalo's good. You know, they were like, oh, Buffalo? Horrible. Trash team, trash city.
Just brutal.
Like, oh, my God.
Brutal. So at the top, fellas, we talked about how, like, the drama of this episode felt so rich to us. This is where it begins for me. Now, Elia starts telling Shane about Svetlana. He's like, she's an old friend. We fucked every now and then, but, like, we're cool. And Shane is handling this like a pro. He's not getting too emotional. You can tell it's kind of affecting him, but he's just being like, yeah, like, that's cool. You know, like, I know you like a lot of girls and this and that. Elias, like, he's talking about that. He says he might find another woman in Boston, and Shane rolls with that, too. He's like, yeah, I'm sure you can find someone. Like, there's probably girls like that in Boston, whatever. And then Elia asks Shane if he likes girls, to which Shane says yes. Did you guys feel like this was Shane with, like, learning to protect himself a little bit better and saying yes because he feels the need to say that to Elia?
Sean, I have a lot of takes on this scene. So, Sean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I kind of get the impression that Shane is so nervous about his image that he's even trying to protect the idea that he is just gay, straight up gay, even to Rosie. So, like, he's like, oh, it's almost like kids, like, oh, you do that, oh, I like that too, or whatever, like, to try and fit in with Rose, because he doesn't want to make himself feel even more out of place by being the only totally gay person and not bi like Rosie is.
That's exactly how I felt. Like, as we heard from their first hookup, like, Shane was like, I've never done this before. Like, I don't know what's going on here. And we've heard from the fans and the comments and book readers, Shane has had, or I don't know if has had sex, but has hooked up with women before. But we believe from the fan base that Shane's gay. And this totally, Sean, to me, felt like he's like, well, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm just gay and I only have a thing for guys and I only have a thing for you. I think Shane's doing what he needs to do to protect himself here.
To match like the level, like you said earlier, Dan, about the deleting the text, the level of commitment, right?
Yep.
Because Rosie's going, yeah, I bang girls. So Shane's like, same. Because he's not about to be like, actually, I'm completely in love with you.
Yep.
All right, few bullet points here for me on this scene. Svetlana, when Rosie brings her up, he says that her dad was a goalie, used to be a goalie on like the national team.
Which, by the way,
I
the
thought her
fans in the
dad was the fucking minister.
No, dude. Well, I think maybe he might be both.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, is the Minister of Magic of Moscow the fucking Tretiak too? Dude, like, holy shit.
Does that not make perfect sense to you, dude? Putin's playing hockey out here. Like,
yes,
I think it makes total sense.
And it made me obsessed with her even more, dude.
Yeah.
She's the daughter of a fucking goalie.
Which explains why she knows so much hockey.
Exactly.
Bro.
She's a hockey girly, dude. She comes from a hockey family. This guy is such a legend in the country for what he's done in the game that now he is the minister or whatever. Goated. That man is goated in Russia. Yeah.
So then, and don't forget, remember I think it was that earlier scene you were talking about, Dan, she says Shane's hot. Like when Rosie's like watching him on TV, she's like, she's hot.
Ilya mentions that too.
He brings that up, and I typed in all caps, bro, if they have a threesome, I will literally pass out.
Oh my God.
Because I was like, are they teeing up a Svet Rosie Halsey threesome? Dan, I will give this show every Emmy that has ever been made. I will track down old Emmys, take them from past winners, and give them to Heated Rivalry if I get a Svet Rosie Halsey threesome.
And I will also say this, man. We by the little bit of a breaking news for the listeners here, we are going to live stream the finale at like getting our reactions as we watch. I might not be able to watch that with anybody because if we get a Rosie Halsey Sveti three-way, you better believe that my pants are going to be off because that is like the craziest thing. That is as hot as it gets.
Talk about not getting monetized, Sean. It's all over. It's all over for us.
It's over for us now.
But I mean, holy shit, Chris, that would be fucking out of control.
I was like shaking while I was typing that because that thought entered my brain. I was losing my mind. And then to the main point of your question, I wrote, I was like, man, Shane didn't even blink when he said that.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys on Shane's answer was because he was trying to fit in.
Yep.
But my question to the chat, to the community is, would you care? Like, let's say, because the way Ilya's talking about it, it's almost like he thinks Shane knows that he bangs girls all the time. That was kind of my read on it. That wasn't like breaking news to Shane.
Dude, to me, can I jump in?
Please.
I think I agree with you, but I also think Ilya's doing that play dumb thing. I think he's talking so openly and casually as to try to make it not a big deal. Like he's like, this is me. Like I think Ilya has been for many years living, I don't want to say a lie, but living like this persona he's built up of himself. And I think in this moment, he's acting a little bit because he'd rather say this than say how much he cares about Shane.
Yeah. And so to finish the thought, my question for the chat is, in the gay community, would you be upset if you heard that news and you didn't know? Like if you were hooking up with a guy and you were like, this is going good or whatever.
Oh, that you also hook up with girls.
And then he was like, I hook up with girls, occasionally. Yeah, is that like, what the fuck? Both on a cheating level, like do you feel like you're being cheated on, and on a, am I comfortable with that level? Because I have no idea.
I'm sure this is the answer to that question is probably a person-to-person thing. It's like whatever your preference is, right? It's like if you're cool with open stuff, you're cool with open stuff. If you're cool with hooking up with anyone, you're cool with hooking up with anyone. So I bet that's just going to be like a what's your vibe type of situation.
Yep.
But so here, really intense moment in the episode. Ilya gets a concerning phone call from his dad. As we said, looks like his dad is sick. And Ilya keeps asking where Alexei is. He's like, where the fuck is Alexei? And he's not getting an answer. So he calls Alexei, his brother, leaves a message, and he's like, I'm fucking paying you to be there to watch him. Where the fuck are you? As we said from episode 1, Sean, you were like, I'm into the what is going on in Russia. That storyline is percolating in such an interesting way. And
cooler way than Shane's family. Shane's mom freaks me out. I don't like Shane's mom.
You know what? I liked her a lot more in this episode.
Okay.
I liked her a lot more, but we'll get to that. But yeah, in this moment, that felt like we're on a crash course there too of what's going on. Ilya comes back and Shane is like, everything good with your dad? Or like, how's your dad? And Ilya snaps with like a, "Oh, you speak Russian now?" Not really a snap, but like kind of gives him like a snarky retort. And I was worried here of like, fuck, dude, like that was a big moment for Shane being like, hey, like that's a personal moment, and he's asking because he's invested. And instead of being like shutting down and being like, fuck you, whatever, they stay close. Shane's head goes in Ilya's lap, and he's like playing with his hair while they're like watching TV. And I was like, oh my fucking God, dude. Oh, dude, my fucking God.
And I read that actually a little sweeter than you, Dan. I don't know what you think, Sean, so I'll let you say too.
What do you
but
mean? I
read
just
that,
said it was like the sweetest thing in the world.
No, the Russian comment.
Oh, okay,
like I thought because I even typed, damn, I want Shane to learn Russian as like a romantic gesture, as like a Love Actually Portuguese
learning
romantic
Portuguese.
gesture. Yeah, like I was like, I need Shane in Russian class. And then when he comes back and he goes, "Is everything okay with your dad?" I was like, did Shane learn Russian?
Oh my God.
I had the same reaction. I thought he might have learned Russian
Holy
because
shit.
yeah.
Oh,
But then
boys,
Rosie
that-
was like, "Oh, you learn Russian now?" I thought he was kind of like not flirting, but I thought he was being cute there. What did you
Yeah.
think, Sean?
Yeah, I thought it was like a little bit. I mean, their whole relationship is cute. It's a rivalry still, so their whole relationship
definitely.
is kind of like teasing each other while being kind of cute. And I kind of read the interaction as that. It's very much like, "I love you, fuck you." So it's like I read it as just one of those lines like, "Oh, what, you speak Russian now?" And I think part of it was Ilya was kind of just like almost more confused.
I love how
Yeah.
we keep renaming this show. Like we changed it from Heated Rivalry to Soulmates, and now it's to Fuck You, I Love You. It's like that is actually the name of the show.
Dude,
That's
you know
fucking
what
beautiful.
I loved, Dan, was Ilya going, taking that phone call and being so pissed, and then off view of Shane going like shaking off the shit that is his home life, and then coming in, and I forget what he says right away, but he's like, "Was the tuna milk good?" He says like something lovely.
Yeah, he's
I was
like, "Do you
man,
need any
that
more
was
food or something?"
yeah, I was like, that was awesome. Watching him be like, "Put that away and now
Yeah.
go be with Shane." I was like,
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
Which
that
is
was
a
sick.
big. I mean, last time he was under pressure, he kind of took it out on
snapped
Shane.
at him, dude. Yes,
So
good
true.
call, Sean.
Like these guys, like there's genuine love here. And like you can tell that when they're together, all they want to do is be present and be in the moment and be together, and that is fucking special.
Can
So
I ask you guys a question to lead into the next scene, Dan? Because I know where you're going.
Okay.
Did you guys care? The next scene is so electric, obviously. So we're gonna get to it. But you could feel it getting electric. I was
Yep.
like, oh, here we go. But I was like, I almost wanted Shane just to keep it nice there. Like it was just like such a precious moment that they were snuggling. I was like, don't.
Oh no, dude.
And then it just. I was like, dude, just hold him.
Chris-
Just hold him.
You know what's tough here is doing these episodes, and you're starting to see it in some of the comments. You have unintentionally revealed to us that you have a terrible sex life, dude. Like it's just fuck. You have a loveless and
Keep it
terrible.
nice.
Yeah, dude. You just like to keep it nice and simple. Apparently,
I just like to be
Because-
held, dude. I just like to be held.
The emotional cuddle into emotional sex is fucking all time, and that is
Yeah.
exactly where we go.
Tale as old as time, Dan. Tale as old as time.
Also, Sean, these two love afternoon delight now. Like they got one taste
Yeah.
of daytime sex, and then boom, right into it again. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
This is like an
it's
hour
gonna be
later,
their new
right?
pattern, I think.
Yeah.
This is like an hour later, right?
I got the impression. What do you mean? Like they hooked up in the day, then he stayed over. They woke up, had tuna melts, and now this is the next day.
Oh yeah, this is the next day, and it's
Yeah,
game
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
a game today. Wow, dude,
Yeah, dude.
that's freaky deaky, dude. You got morning skate. Jesus Christ.
Wait,
dude.
do they have a game this day? He gets up and he says he has to go to like training or something.
Like a team
He's like,
meeting.
I got a team meeting, but yeah. Well,
team
hold on,
meeting, yeah.
because we gotta say they do this hookup, and this hookup was fucking hot. This was a romantic sex scene.
Yes.
We get the spit in the hand, boys.
Bro.
We get the first spit in the hand to get things nice and lubed up, and then on top of that, of course, too hot, too passionate, we get first names. We get both of them dropping the first names, and the way Shane says Ilya.
Sean, hit me like a sledgehammer.
Oh my God,
I
dude.
didn't. It didn't even register when I watched it.
Oh
But
yeah, Sean.
only now you're saying it, I'm realizing it.
I gasped.
yeah,
It
Sean.
hit me. It
And
hit
it-
me like a sledgehammer, dude.
And it was Rosie first. Rosie says Shane, and then in that moment, Shane says Ilya, and I was like,
Holy shit!
But then,
all caps, first names.
but then, Shane freaks out. He gets up. He makes up this team meeting. He apologizes profusely. Again, Shane's heart is so pure and so beautiful. And he just says, I can't do this. And this moment, I think, is maybe where all of the fans were like, this is heartbreaking, because that was heartbreaking. Like, this moment for me was, we talked about it turned transactional almost. This was a business relationship. And in that moment, the first names drop. And I think in that moment, Shane went, I am fully in love with this man. And he was like, fuck, I got to get out of here.
I thought it might have been a case of like extreme post-nut clarity.
Shit.
Because he's in, I mean, as Chet says, if you're not in a state of post-nut clarity, you're in a state of pre-nut delusion. And I think that Shane was deluding himself maybe after staying overnight, having like the lunch with the tuna melts and everything else was going so well. I think Shane was deluding himself that this could be like a life for him. And I think that he hit that post-nut and then just thought, wait, I can't let my guard down and, think that this is a possibility anymore.
Yeah.
But I also don't know if it was post-nut clarity, because I don't think we really know for certain where they were in their encounter.
Yeah, right. This was the saddest part for me. Like, everybody was like, episode 4 sad. This part hit me way in the sad feels way harder than the end of the episode. I was crushed in this moment. I was like, what are you doing? You're the we didn't even kiss guy. Like, you have been begging for exactly this. And to run away from it was crushing, dude. Yeah. And someone in the chat, please just go back, because I am curious about this. I want a tally of how many times Rosie has come and how many times Halsey has come in this season, because I don't think it's fair. And that's all I'm going to say.
Well,
I know I've been standing for Shane. I just
got
don't
a
think
lot
it's fair.
of
And I want someone
montages
to add it up.
We got a lot of
Go back and
montages,
look at
don't
'em.
forget. No, but all of the montages don't show the climax, so that's not fair.
I'm asking.
I'm already making a timeline. Please don't make me make a tally for this too.
A cum tally?
Yeah, get the cum tally, dude. Come on, Sean.
You know what, Chris, you can make a cum tally. That's fair.
fair. Okay, I'll be on that.
So Shane leaves. We now get lunch with mom and dad. Great to see Shane's dad. We hadn't seen him in a little bit. And just another scene here where, we've got mom kind of acting like the agent. And like I said, I had a lot more love for her here because, like, it's just always in his best interest. She's never pressuring him to do stuff. She's just, like, always looking out for him. And I'm like, fucking hockey mom, dude. Hockey Mom of the Year award for sure. But I do want to say she's talking about Wimbledon. Rolex wants him at Wimbledon. Perfect connection. Makes sense. And Shane's like, I'm going to skip. Brother, you got to be kidding me. We cannot be skipping Wimbledon. Also, he mentions, like, the season there, like, that is during the season, but he's just like, I can't quit training. It's the summer, pal. You can. You can go to fucking Wimbledon. Like, I just
so
want
many questions there, dude.
I want Shane to hear this from me. Like, it's okay. You got to go have some fun every now and then. Go to fucking Wimbledon. You're going to skip Wimbledon, but then you get another ginger ale moment for your ginger ale.
So my favorite. And was that did he leave Rosie's to do that, or was that a different day?
I think it's a little ambiguous of, like,
because I was dying, because I'm like, he just had the most awkward, uncomfortable convo with Rosie that Rosie had to have there, by the way, sitting on his couch with a belly button full of jizz, just sitting there trying, as Shane's like this, I'm leaving. And I'm like, dude, like, we gotta go. You're late for lunch.
Jesus Christ, Chris.
And then he goes home. Then he goes to lunch. I get another ginger ale drop. I started to feel like in Signs, Dan, when the Signs bookstore guy thinks the aliens are there just to sell soda pop.
Yeah,
I was like, this entire show.
15 soda commercials. This episode was brought to you by Big Ginger. That is for sure.
It's like, what is happening? And then he's like, I'm skipping Wimbledon. And if the timeline is right, I think this is 2016, which is Andy Murray. I'm like, you missed the first British Wimbledon winner ever because you didn't feel like it, dude. You had
Insane.
to train. Jesus Christ.
We also get, in this conversation, we get a little bit more attention brought to Shane's race again because because she says, they're concerned that the box looks too Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then Shane says, does that mean too white?
Yep. Love that.
That was interesting.
Shane.
That was very interesting.
That was very interesting. Dude, we found so much in this show that Jacob, the creator, and everyone involved is so into, like, little innuendos and little hidden messages. almost have to believe with the Grillos placement, I have to believe that they were like talking to Canada Dry. And they were like, hey, do you want to like strike a deal? And Canada Dry said no. So they were just like, we're just going to fucking hammer ginger ale in this episode just to know what you missed out on. Like some Canada Dry exec right now is ripping their hair out, being like, this show is huge. We fucking blew it. I genuinely have to believe that. But
so good.
So two big things in this scene. So like they're talking about Wimbledon. Shane's a little snarky, and they're kind of like, "You all right, dude?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm tired. Shane's the best. He could never be mean to his parents." But there were two major moments here. Number one, Shane goes, "You guys go. I'll say I'm going. We'll say something came up. They're not going to kick you out. You can go." And Shane's mom says, "I don't want you to lie. That's not who you are." Oof. Like, oof. Big pause on Shane in that season. Obviously, a line pointing to like he is living a lie. Brutal. But then also, his mom mentions that there might be a Swedish princess in the box next to him. They're great seats. Shane gets up and leaves, and Shane's dad turns to her and goes, "Swedish princess?" With so much, like, "Are you kidding me, hon?" And in this moment, I was like, yo, do they know? Like, it's his
those
parents.
Those lines felt contradictory to me, Dan. Like, the first one goes, they don't know, and it's sad that they just said, you would never live a lie, even though he is. And then the second one made it seem like they did know.
I don't think the "you would never live a lie" was like a snarky line by her being like, "I know you are." I thought that was more for the audience. That was not like, I don't think she was sending him a message. That's too mean for her to say. I think that was just like, she's talking about like, you don't lie, dude. She means it in serious. I thought that was a line for the audience. This one, to me, was like, who knows Shane better than those two? Probably no one on earth. And I think that was for us, them being like, they know. And he's being like, dude, what are you doing? And she's being like, he's, if he's not out, I want to let him think that we don't know. Yeah, they fucking love him, But that was a moment for me, and I will get into another scene later. How well this show does little subtle cues of like characters. I watch this show and I assume everyone is gay and everyone knows everyone is gay. Like every new character is introduced and I'm like, fuck, they know. Like that's how good they do this suspense of like things are said and everything's a little ambiguous, everything's a little suspect, and I'm just like, I'm on edge the whole time because I'm like, oh my god, does this person know? Does that person know? But that part blew me away.
You think Shane's parents know?
I do. Yep.
I really didn't get that vibe. Maybe I have to go back and watch it again. I didn't think they did either.
It was that one line.
They think their son is the golden child that they've crafted him into being. And like he does all the sponsorships that they ask him to do, and he's living the life because he's a bit of a mama's boy.
Yep.
And I thought that this was just indicative of like Shane has this whole other, he is living a lie, like you said, and obviously that's a big point of contention for him and his internal dialogue when he's trying to justify his relationship with his parents and his life of who he really is outside of that nobody really knows him.
I think you're spot on with everything right there. The only reason I think, or I suspect they know, is because of that last line. Like everything about them up to that point, I am 100% in agreement with you, but I can't fathom why his dad would look at the mom and go, "Swedish princess." Like he says it with clear,
he does. He says it with stank.
Yeah, he does.
Like there's stank on that line, and that to me that could mean only one thing. It is, what are you doing? Why are you bringing that up?
This is going to be the same as the Scott Hunter being gay thing, where you call it out, and then we're going to find out in like 4 or how many episodes are left? 2 more
Only
episodes left?
2. We have
more
2
episodes left. We're going to find out.
Hey,
You're gonna be right
Sean,
about it. I'm going to wonder how you did that.
I would ask questions to Shane's mom though when the sponsorship she's getting him, have him like sprayed down in a white T-shirt. For 3 hours on set, I'd be like, "Hey, babe."
Yeah. I can't let people think that I'm gay, but also here's me in my underwear soaking wet.
But we're selling sex. The ladies love that too.
Right.
Wait, what was the drink that they did for the sponsorship? Was that also ginger ale? What was that?
I hope so.
Oh, I think it was.
I really hope so.
Yeah, could you imagine? I think it was like an energy drink or something, but it was like a made up.
What if he's like sponsored by ginger ale? He gets paid every time he drinks one.
Indeed, ginger.
I'm telling you guys, someone at Canada Dry is absolutely dead right now.
I think you're right.
It's brutal. Okay, so after this scene, great scene, Shane gets a call from a French-Canadian teammate, and he's like, we're at a bar. The cast of X Squad is here. Rose Landry.
X Squad is awesome.
Rose Landry is here. Now, I don't know about you guys. I got a big-time vibe that X Squad is Marvel. It's the Avengers.
Yeah,
This is,
yeah.
So who do we think Rose Landry is?
Good question. I didn't even think about
Scarlett
that.
Johansson?
Scarlett Johansson.
ScarJo,
She's Scarlett Johansson.
Could be Brie Larson. Could be.
Brie
Could
Larson.
be
I want
Could be
ScarJo.
Elizabeth Olsen. But that was great.
Yeah, but has any of well, yeah, no, that's too in the weeds. Okay, but that was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, this was a big
So
moment.
Rose Landry, big female actress, big star, X Squad, huge movie. So Shane goes to the bar, orders a beer. He's clearly he is dealing with a lot of stuff because it's in season. He just said, I don't drink during the season. He goes there and he immediately orders a beer. He's clearly just like, dude, I'm fucking stressed. Then he
Which
happens
was
upon.
insane to me. After all these I don't drink lines, he's like, oh,
What do you
I'm
mean,
like, so
dude?
you're
He's
a liar.
stressed. Of
You're a liar.
anyone,
You're a liar.
Of anyone breaking down to pressure and drinking, you can understand that, Chris Powers.
And I think
You-
doesn't he
you
order a
weak-
ginger ale first?
you
By
weak.
the way,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
he
he
does.
tries to get a ginger
I
ale,
think
and the
he
guy's like,
tries
"We
to
don't
order a
have any."
ginger ale, and the
No, I
bartender's
I think
"Hey."
that was at the restaurant with his parents. He orders ginger ale, and they're like, "No, we can do like a club soda or something." Isn't that right?
Okay.
I think
I
he
thought
goes,
so.
I have it
Remember.
written at both. He goes ginger
Yeah.
ale, the guy goes no, and he goes beer, and I'm like, so you're a liar, dude. All right, but yeah, go on.
God, you're too harsh, brother.
He's living so many
living
lies.
too many
The
lies.
poor
man.
guy
He's
is
living
stuck
too
in a
many
web of lies, dude. He lives. He's sitting on a throne of lies. So
Imagine if the parents are like, "Well, we knew you were gay, but you drink beer now.
you scumbag. So
Never come back home."
yeah. So Shane happens into a booth, and wouldn't you know it, Rose Landry is sitting there, and boom.
Dude, that was crazy.
Well, I mean, we
Like-
had. I would prefer that than Shane walking up to a fucking roped off booth and being like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" That was way better.
Yeah,
Way,
it
like,
just
you
felt
know,
so
we-
funny that he was like, "I just got to take a load off and be alone for a second." And she's like, "Hello, I'm Scarlett Johansson, and I'm sitting at this booth."
I
was like,
could not imagine if I'm like, I need a minute alone for a moment. I sit down somewhere, and beside me, Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
in
this is
your
the
booth.
worst possible timing.
That was so
Especially
crazy.
Sean, if you were like flustered in that moment, you're like, "Oh my god, I'm going to. This is going to be a disaster."
I was like, "Oh, she's in the booth over." I see, and then
Yeah.
it just panned, and she's
No,
in
there
that
she
booth.
is.
And I was like, "Okay,
She was taking a load off too, dude. That is a meet
Yeah.
cute. That is a fucking perfect meet cute.
Hell
so
yes.
we find out that Rose is a hockey girly. She's from Michigan. She's got 3 brothers who played. They start chatting. She's like talking about, "Oh, I loved that, dude." We find out, guys, she gets kidnapped in the next X Squad movie. Don't tell. No one fucking
Hey,
tell.
Shane
Spoiler.
can keep a secret, babe. If
Yeah.
anybody can keep a secret, it's Shane. Don't you fucking worry about it."
Don't you worry. But they have a great little conversation. I did, Clarissa, you mentioned, I clocked here that she
Yeah,
talks
this
about
was
one
yours.
one of her brothers made it to the AHL. And I was like, interesting that they say AHL, but not NHL.
Then it
So
goes
that was,
AHL into MLH.
Yeah.
was
and
like,
this-
oh.
But that was a fun little Easter egg.
I also have to bring up the fact that for someone who's, I think the term we see in the comments is neurodivergent coded. He is so smooth being caught off guard with a movie star.
Dude,
I'd be if
great
I was in that
point.
situation, I'd sit down. I'd be like, I like ginger ale. Like I don't know how he's so smooth for someone who just had this like situation thrusted upon
true.
him out of nowhere.
Did I wonder-
Sean, neurodivergent and gay, theoretically. Like, I can't
Yeah.
believe that he's just got, like, absolute bars in
How
front
about
of
this
Sydney
take?
Sweeney.
So much game.
How about this take, though? Maybe he is dealing with so much about keeping his sexuality a secret, dealing with how, maybe like neurodivergent he is with hockey, that his neurosis is so focused on those other things that he's a fucking cool customer here. When it comes
I
to
love this.
when it
Yeah.
comes to flirting with a movie star, he's like, I have no stress in this area.
Easy
I'm gonna
peasy,
fucking
yeah.
wheel. Guy's an absolute wheel. It's
It's a
unbelievable.
bucket.
But they do a great job, and I loved this. In this moment, he goes, asks if she's going to be in town for a little while. So we're like, oh, okay, Shane making a move here. Next thing you know, they're holding hands playing drinking games. And it's like, oh, my God. We cut to article of Shane and Rose are all over the internet. Articles all over the internet. Crazy stuff. Ilya sees it. With the teammates, they're like, holy shit. They're like, oh, my God, how did he pull her? And we, for the first time, see a bit of cracks of jealousy in Ilya. Like, he's like, dude, what the fuck is going on here? Jump to Rose is now at games in a suite wearing Shane's jersey. Dude, we're getting
Blowing
cuts to,
kisses.
Oh, yeah. We're getting cuts to like TMZ. They're on TV, Twitter reactions to this. This is like to the extreme. We got riled up about Jack Hughes and Tate McRae potentially being on a date. This is like, Sean, you just said it. This is as if, Sidney Crosby circa 2016 was dating.
Dude, Sidney Crosby, Sidney Sweeney.
Scarlett Johansson.
Shit. Yeah.
Like
Sydney's.
The Sydneys, dude.
The,
Can you imagine?
Sidney Crosby, Sidney Sweeney. Like this would be monstrous. So electric. Ilya is in the training room on the bike. He's getting pissed off. He turns the TV off. He gets off. And Sean, did you notice? Did he kick the bike or did he genuinely stub his toe?
I think he was so flustered he genuinely stubbed his toe.
I think so too. I think so too. So Ilya now is like officially fucking rattled. He's like, dude, and maybe like us, he's like, I didn't really believe Shane when he was saying he likes girls. Now here he is dating the biggest movie star on the fucking planet. He's flustered. Now we get a game, Boston, Montreal. Shane's texting Rose before the game. Also, really nice that we got Rosie and Rose.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Dude,
but
say
also,
your text snipe, Dan. This is a great call by you.
Also, we've got Shane calling Rose babe. Like we're fucking dating, dude. We are in it.
How long was this, by the way?
Doesn't matter,
like,
dude.
This
Chris,
saga.
Chris,
I was like, what the
hey,
fuck?
1 month in celebrity relationships is like 4 years, dude. Everyone knows that.
You're right.
You got to go hard and fast in more ways than one. Yeah. And they are doing exactly that. They're dating. He's calling her babe. She's like, I can't come to the game. I'm stuck on set. And he's like, it's all good, babe. And she's like, come out with me later. I want to dance. And she's like, I won't make you dance. And he's like, liar. Hearts that. By the way, don't think you could react to text back then, but
you can't, dude. You can't heart text back in fucking 2017.
Whatever.
Like,
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But we then get the game. Montreal beats Boston 1-0. Terrible game. Like Ilya gets called out for sucking at the end. They're like, Ilya Rosenov's going to want that one back, dude. To say
Both
that
the
about
boys.
Yeah, they're like, oof, brutal stuff. So game's over. We've got Boston still in Montreal. They've got a go night. They've got a green light night. And Ilya gets up, goes to his teammate in the hotel, and he goes, "Get up! Like I want to go out. I want to fuck. I want to get laid. I want to get laid. Like jealousy is through the roof here." But we had to call out. You've got an NHL team in Montreal on a green light night, and we've got this guy laying in bed reading the room service menu. I'm like, boys,
Sean,
get up and get moving.
A year. Because usually you got to fly to this next city. You have a few a year, a handful a year where you're in
especially
in
a city like that. In a city like that, you're going out. You are
Dude,
going
he's
out.
staying in. He's like, bro, let's chill tonight, boys. Oh, my God. That was so good.
So we are now in the finale of this episode, guys. And this was the most intense, sexually charged, dramatically charged scene of the show for me. We get to the club, and we are in full, like, opening scene of Bad Boys 2, strobe lights, music, thumping bass, just, like, craze going on in the club. Shane is in there with Rose and some friends. Ilya's in there at the same club with some people. And we meet Miles, Rose's gay friend. He goes out. He's like, I'm going to go get a drink. He goes to the bar and makes fuck me eyes at Ilya. Like, big time fuck me eyes. And Ilya is such a promiscuous fucking stud.
Dude.
He does not give it like a what, dude? Like, he kind of gives him his Russian, like, chin up. He's like, yeah, I see you looking at me. And I'm like, oh, my God, dude. Then.
That scared me. I literally thought, like, Miles was going to bang him in the hallway and come back and be like, this is what happened.
I genuinely thought that was going to cut to them hooking up in the bathroom.
I was like, oh, no.
But then, boys, mayhem going on in this club. Shane starts dancing with Rose. Everyone's drinking. Everything's going crazy. And Miles comes up from the bar and starts dancing, at first, a little bit close to Shane. Next thing you know, we've got Rose and Miles sandwiching Shane. Miles is, like, grinding with Shane.
Bro.
And then he goes in and starts kissing Shane's neck. My heart was fucking thumping out of my chest in this moment, dude. Rosie is making out with a random chick on the dance floor, grabbing her boobs from behind. They're grinding.
That chick was hot, by the way.
Oh yeah, she was. I mean, the two of them together.
That's a nice wheel.
They had matching moles. Like that was a match made in heaven. Couple blondes, dude, unbelievable. mayhem in this club, and the whole time Shane and Ilya are fucking just like staring at each other. Like they're in these crazy high tense sexual situations, just staring at each other. And Shane is like, dude, I gotta go. I need to go to the bathroom. And as he's going to the bathroom, he gets a head turn and they lock eyes. And I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Oh, dude.
But it then cuts to Shane gets home with Rose. Shane drops the dress, or Rose drops the dress going up the stairs. We get a thong butt shot. Unbelievable. That's the biggest movie star on the planet.
Yeah, that's
Meanwhile, they go up. They start having sex. So we get full Shane having sex with Rose.
Yep. Gold star no more.
And the whole time, we see Rosie cracking stick in the shower. Like intense jerk off. And the just like overwhelming, intense vibes here of clearly Ilya is thinking of Shane while he's jerking off. And clearly Shane is thinking of Ilya while he's having sex with Rose was the most palpable feeling this show has ever had.
Well, they were both looking into the camera, so I like to think that they were both thinking about me. But
it's a choose your own adventure for sure.
Yeah, it's a choose your own adventure. Yeah, that's canon for me.
You are so right, Sean. In that moment, both of them locking eyes with the camera, I was sweating. And also, did you guys notice? Did you notice Rosie grabbing his own ass while jerking off?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, dude, it was awesome.
Might have to throw that one in the rotation.
I thought he was going to slip. I thought he was going to slip a digit. I thought he was. I was like,
Could have been, dude.
Here comes the claw, dude. Yeah. Here comes the claw. And then it didn't go in. But I was like, it's going to happen. Miles, the way Miles danced on Shane, if you know Shane is gay, if Shane was an out gay man, or if Shane was like a bi man, but like his circle knew, that would actually be a completely fine and sexy dance. Who he's presumed to be, which is like the hometown team's mega star, dancing with his mega movie star girlfriend. You cannot be kissing on him like that, even if you're gay.
You sure can. You sure can, but it's a risky move. Yeah, like that was intense. That was intense as hell.
But it was crazy.
The most obvious metaphor of the entire show, when it happened for me, I was like, oh, I understand what this visually signifies. But I was kind of taken out of it by the fact that like everyone in this nightclub knows who they are. They've been on television for weeks. Yeah. Everyone's going to be like, why is that person grinding up behind Shane? And why is Shane a clearly very straight man in the public eye? Why is he just like chill with it to a degree? Like dude. if I was with my girlfriend somewhere and then a strange, even like another girl who I am, compatible with in terms of sexuality, comes up and starts kissing me while I'm kissing my girlfriend, I'm gonna be like, who are you? Get away from me.
Correct.
Like, it would be so. It's kind of like such an unusual thing for the character to be okay with, given the fact that he's so paranoid,
so private too. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, he was drinking. Like that.
He's a liar. He's fucked up. I meant to bring this up again. All he does is drink now. So
dude, the only thing that matters to me. The only thing that matters to me is protecting Shane's heart, and I will not accept this slander, dude. If you call him a liar, one more time, if you call him if you call him a liar with disdain one more time, we're gonna have a problem. Okay.
If we see him drink one more time though in Ep 5, then you have to rescind this.
He's coping. All right, protect Shane. All right, God. All right, listen,
actually,
boys.
While I think about it, before we move on, we have to rewind a little bit and talk about before the game. Before Boston Montreal play, he was texting ScarJo Rose, and then sends the message and scrolls back down through his text messages to see Rosie's thread on his phone. Do you guys
just
remember
to see if there was anything new?
I do remember that.
Anything new coming through, and it's just I thought that was a really powerful scene to show how he's still this whole thing's still performative for Shane.
It's a farce.
Still on his mind. Still on his mind is Rosie.
100%.
And I thought it was a great choice. I think in real life, Rosie smashes that rubber burner that he was with at the bar. But I actually thought it was a great choice to have him go home and jerk. Because it was like, man.
Dude, of course.
It was all a peacock. He was just putting the feathers up. He didn't actually want any of that.
And here's the thing, dude. Like, this is the first time as far as the sexual element goes where Shane's getting some and Rosie's not. And I think at that point, I like the fact that he didn't hook up with someone because nothing's scratching that itch. Nothing is scratching that itch.
Did you care, Dan, that because you said, and I agree with you, I think you're right, that Shane even said to Rosie in the first place, oh, yeah, I hook up with girls, just to placate him, to be like, yeah, we're on level footing.
Yes. I believe this is a
relationship. Yeah, this whole relationship felt so far to me. You know, in The Other Guys, when like Mark Wahlberg's character, they're like, yeah, you learned ballet just to like make fun of that kid. I was like, Shane, we are taking this way too far. Like he's gonna marry ScarJo, just to be like, see, Rosie, like I can be with girls. And I'm like, dude, enough, Jesus.
How
Christ.
much of it do you think is him trying to convince himself that he can be with girls? That if Rosie can do it, he can do it too.
I don't know if it's convince himself. I think it's more of a teach himself. He's like, dude, this is going to be easier for my life if I just do something like this.
Maybe
I don't think it's convincing. I think it's like just calculated. He's like, Shane's just trying to stay focused. But listen, boys, we're over an hour. We can't go on too long, even though we could go on forever. Let's quickly rip through our awards as we wrap up episode 4. The 2 horned up award of the episode. Where are you guys at?
Spitting on the hand. Spitting in the hand was out of pocket, insane. That takes the cake from me. I don't think I need to explain any further.
Yep,
dude,
that was fucking awesome.
And I even wrote down, I don't want to take the words out of your mouth, Dan, but I wrote down that if we all don't have the same horniest moment in this episode, we are watching this show incorrectly, because that was it. And I will even tell you this, right before that, it says, Shane goes, are you going to come for me, Rosenoff? And Rosie goes, fucking make me. And then it's Rosie spit. Like, it's not even like Shane spit into his own hand. Rosie spits into Shane's hand. Barbecue my baby backs, dude. I was like, well, Dan, I literally out loud to you went, oh my God. Out loud.
Yeah.
I was like,
I've never been more uncomfortable in my entire life than watching that scene with my brother, because it was fucking intense.
That had me screaming, dude. That was fucking incredible.
The big takeaway for me was the nonverbal communication. He there's no hesitation, no what are you doing with your hand. It was just like, oh yeah, of course.
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh God, dude. Mm-hmm. That was the best scene. That was the best scene in the fucking show. What's yours, Dan? Unless you want to just say save.
No, it's absolutely that. There's no question. I did love the on top bottom flip. Was like, that was just like a hot ass move. But then it was immediately trumped a couple scenes later with the spit in the hand. Yeah. Fucking incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right, our what the fuck moment. Chris, take us away.
Well, I'm not allowed to say mine because Dan is going to have a problem with me. We've just established a rule that I'm not allowed to say this anymore.
No, it's okay because you're revisiting. You're revisiting call-outs. That's fine.
And honestly, dude, it's not even that he is the L word. It's that I don't think Shane is a don't drink during the season guy. I didn't buy that. Like, I think Shane is like, yeah, dude, I have beers with the boys. Like, I'm not a Rosie level like party animal, but like I have the occasional pop on go nights with the boys. So I don't even buy that Shane Hollander doesn't drink during season, and I certainly don't buy it when he becomes a liar.
Careful, dude. Fucking careful. Mine is the hotel room. Montreal, step your fucking shit up and get your star player his own hotel room. Unacceptable.
And the no Boston go night. That was another good one.
Yeah.
That you called out. Like, what?
Gotta let the boys.
What'd you have, Sean?
It's tough because I think that I don't know. I've everything that you said makes total sense for the worst, or not the worst, but the what the fuck are we doing here? But I think for me, the Shane sitting in the booth to be surprised by a celebrity and being so insanely smooth is kind of like so surreal.
Love that take.
I won't say it's unrealistic because Shane is clearly very charismatic, but he doesn't come across as like super charismatic to everyone he meets, except for this one instance, which is when you'd be the most like flabbergasted, the most flustered. So that kind of was unrealistic for me, but I kind of liked that it happened, so I don't want to complain about it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that scene too. Even him sitting in that booth had me a little like, what?
Yeah.
But it all worked out.
And bring it back around, Sean, your do I love this moment, which is funny now because we all love this now, but your absolutely love this moment.
For me, from start to finish, soundtrack's unreal. All the things she said at the club, and it turns into like the EDM version of the Tattoo song.
Very good.
Unbelievable. And so now my Spotify is just a whole bunch of playlists of Heated Rivalry compilations.
That's sick.
Yeah, I think, and then obviously the drama is at an all-time peak, especially for
Yeah.
this arc. Some people were dogging on us a little bit for liking episode 3 so much.
Dude, book people hated episode 3. I didn't realize that. The
I didn't
fucking
realize
internet
it
is like
either.
on fire about that shit. I was like,
I am shocked. Yeah. Let us
I
love
think-
what we love, guys. If we've learned anything, like,
Yeah.
come on. We love Skip.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm enjoying the show wrong. But
Yeah.
I liked. I think I liked episode 3 so much because it was a completed arc. But this episode of the Shane Rosie arc is the height and the best
Yeah.
episode of that arc. I think.
got us
Yeah.
into our lash out.
Yeah. Like I said, we are on a locomotive headed for a brick wall of drama here with the end of this episode, and I love it. Oh my God, I love this moment was the first names. First name drop.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, oh my God, the emotions through the roof, and then also what that led us on this. That was the catalyst of this like self-destructive behavior for the two of them of just like living
So
a lie
true.
even deeper. And I was like, oh my God, incredible.
Mine, and I'm so glad this hasn't been mentioned yet in our breakdown. It was right before that, actually, Dan. After the initial afternoon delight and before they make fun of Buffalo, when Rosie and Halsey are two at your very core friends, right? Like we care about each other as human beings, star NHL players, sitting on the couch eating a snack, talking about their favorite road cities. That was so sick because that is exactly what happens. Like we are with the guys in the league all the time. That is the number one point of conversation. Like, oh, what city do you like? Oh, that's fun. That city's sneaky fun. Oh, that rink is awesome. The ice is so good. Hearing two NHL superstars talk about their favorite places to play on the road, and it was so accurate. How many times have I busted this show's balls being like, that's not what would happen in real hockey. Like, that's not realistic. Him being like, oh, everyone hates me in that city. Like, oh, fuck New York. New Yorkers hate me. I play for Boston. And he's like, what about Florida? And he's like, there's a ton of Boston people in Florida. They like me. I was like, this is all perfect. Like, everything was
spot on,
accurate
too.
and cool. And that was like my favorite scene in the show because I was like, damn, dude, this is a fucking real moment. That was sick.
Yeah. Well, unbelievable stuff, boys. Unbelievable stuff from this show. Sorry we went a little long, folks, but as you can tell, we are so in it. This episode, you guys are watching this on a Monday. Fear not. Tuesday, episode 5 will be out, so we will be all watching the finale together at the end of the week. So make sure to tune in tomorrow for episode 5 review. We've been told to brace for impact. So we can't wait. We love you all, and we'll see you next time.